All right, guys. Today I'm gonna show you guys how I do my 2 to 4 week hair replacement unit. Now today I'm gonna show you guys how to do this with my deep wave. The first thing I do when I start off with my client, I want to make sure that I have the correct color. So this is a color 1, which is the darkest color. As you can tell, it's really black. And it definitely doesn't match up with his color. So if I was to put this on his head, it really would look a little off. So I'm not gonna use this color. Now this is my 1B. So this does look a little bit more natural to his hair color. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the 1B instead of the 1. Now, the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually create his hairline. Now, for most guys, when they come in, if they're just starting this process, then you're gonna have to go through with your client and see exactly where they would like their hairline. Some guys, you know, they want their hairline to look a little bit more natural, meaning if their hair starting to go back here, of course they want it to be still be back, but just bring it a little bit forward. Some guys may want to bring it down a little bit more, but it's really up to your client at that point what they actually want on their head as far as where they want their hairline to be. Now, my client here today has been wearing units, so he literally has an outline already of where he wants his hairline. As you can tell, this is exactly where he wears his hairline when he gets his unit. So that's what we're gonna do today. Okay, now it's pretty much up to you what color pencil that you want to do this outline. Now you can use a white pencil or you can use a black pencil. Now I'm not gonna lie to you, sometimes it is a little bit harder to get this white out once you put the glue down and everything else. Sometimes it is a little bit hard to get the white out. So if you're not very good with kind of getting some of this white out before you actually start the unit, then I would suggest go ahead and use the black pencil. The black pencil, it kind of like, because you're using a dark color of hair, it's pretty much gonna blend in, and as long as you can get as much as you can off, then you're pretty much good. So if you're just starting out, I'm gonna say go ahead and try to use a black pencil, or you can use a dark brown pencil. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna actually start creating the guideline for when we're gonna put the unit at. So what I wanna do is I wanna decipher how low I wanna go as far as where I'm gonna cut down to. And that's really dependent on your client. Now, as you can tell, he is thinning a lot right in this area. And he also grows hair right here, but it's very thin. So hence to why he has this drop in the back. So you're gonna get some guys with male pattern hair loss where this drop is gonna be there. So you're gonna make sure that you have this drop. Some guys, they only thin right up in here, so they probably will have all this. But because his drop is thin right here, we're gonna go ahead and just drop this. Now at this point, if you decide that you want to put an actual part into this unit, this is the time for you to do it. If you try to do it anytime afterward, then it's not gonna look good. So now when you do the part, you do want to make sure that the pencil is white, because once you put the dark hair down, you won't be able to see the line that you actually created. So this white does help you see that. Okay, now after I have his edge up and his part in, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually add No Sweat. It's a scalp antiperspirant, and it's supposed to help with the sweat. Now this product is naturally made for women, so you know it only helps so much, but it does help for guys who sweat a lot. After the no sweat, then the next thing we're gonna use is we're gonna use the Walker tape scalp protectant, the thick version. We're gonna use this, and this is gonna be a barrier in between the adhesive and the scalp. Now, when you're putting the scalp protectant on, you want to make sure you putting it around your part, not on the part, but around. Now, as you can tell, after I put the scalp protectant, it leaves like a very shiny coat. Now, you can also tell that my client's scalp is irritated. So, if you have any clients that have this type of irritation, I would suggest that they wait maybe a few days before they get the next actual application. I'm gonna go ahead and start applying my adhesive. You don't actually need a lot of adhesive. You just want to make sure you're getting a good coat. And you don't want to get into the hair. Now again, once we get to where the part is, you want to make sure that you're going around the part once with the adhesive. Now, when I do my front line, when I'm doing my adhesive, I'm not actually bringing the glue all the way down to the line. One of my reasons is I start having a lot of clients tell me that the front line will roll up once they will start sweating a lot. So I started basically kind of putting the glue a little bit behind. So therefore, when I line it up, you have little hairs that's just hanging over. Therefore, it won't actually roll up with the glue. Okay, so now that I have my 2 coats of glue on, I'm gonna start actually putting some of my loose kinky hair. I'm gonna start putting this around the edges. This is how I actually do the front of it. For me, it looks a little bit more natural this way. It's up to you to do however you want, but this is how I like to do it. Make sure that you're pressing down on this so it can stick. You don't have to worry about it coming up. And I would suggest that you start in the middle. Now, if you want to do the least amount of cutting down, what I do sometimes is I will basically kind of pull these apart just a little bit. Sometimes I might, you know, turn it, and then I'll lay it down. if you're going to be concerned about these little spaces in between, don't be, because when you cut it down, the little hairs that's going to fall down are going to actually fall in these little spots. So that way it's going to fill in, so you don't have to worry about trying to get some extra stuff to fill this in. So now I'm going to put this stocking cap on so I can get this to lay down. I'm going to put some products on it just to get it so it can lay down tight and I don't have to worry about nothing. All these spaces that you're going to see, they're going to be filled in eventually. This is where I'm going to start cutting down. So if you're not exactly good with clippers in your hand, you can also try using some scissors just to cut it down. So this is just as effective as cutting with your clippers, because basically you won't be trimming down too much. You basically kind of lightly tapping with the clippers. So you can basically kind of do the same thing with your shears. It's definitely much easier when you use a closed guard. Now, as you can tell, I'm pretty much good with, I don't really need any enhancements. Everything pretty much look good. I haven't added any enhancements. But just so I can make this look good together, I'm gonna add a little enhancements to the front, just a little bit. As you can tell, like I said, I don't need any, but I'm gonna add just a little bit, especially for the part, so I can have this a little bit straighter.